You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We need to get serious, TNT, and stop this set of talk. Action speaks louder than words. Tina Day! How are we stop now? How are we stop now? All these set of motors, all these set of talkers, all who just say that they love up this country, but they love action. Boy, we don't see stop now. How are we stop now? We like to beat we chest, boast and brag. That's how we love Tobago and Trinidad, but we don't walk the walk, much less to talk the talk. I realize we are a nation of talkers. We're not a nation of doers. It's hard to admit. All we give this country is lip service. You see, we talk, or we want the crime to stop. Yet as a people together, we won't rise up. It's only talk. It's only talk, talk. It's only talk. You see, we talk how too much our guns and tongue, but what reports the youth man we know have won. It's only talk. It's only talk, talk. It's only talk. When would we realize that the talk can mean nothing until we get up and do something? We doing the country an injustice with all this set of lip service. You see, it's only talk. It's only talk. It's only talk. And we don't walk the walk, cause boy, it's only talk. How are we stop now? How are we stop now? All the pretenders, all the impersonators, as they open their mouth is TNT, but not a hand outstretched to help. She stop now. I want you stop now. You say the red, white, and black, it's in your heart, but as things get rough, hear them start. Not me and this place again. Then they're ready to board a plane. Where is the love you said you have in your heart? How so quickly you ready to part? Boy, it's only lip. All you give in this country is lip service. You see, we talk how we have respect for women, but this bitch and hoe you're calling them is only talk. It's one set of talk. You see, we talk how you call yourself a man, but as I get vexed, ready to raise your hand. It's only talk. Oh yeah. It's only talk. When would we realize that the talk can mean nothing until we get up and do something? We doing the country an injustice with all this set of lip service. It's only talk, 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 talk. It's only talk. We only talking. It's only talk. And we don't walk the walk, because it's only talk. How are we stop now? How are we stop now? All the jokers, all the mischief makers, all who does say they praying for this country, but praying for hard times to keep strangling we. Stop now. How are we stop now? All who does walk about this country wearing a smile, but in their heart is bad mind all the while. Boy, them on a mission. only to spread bad vibration. And every time you see them boys, they talking, but nothing for this land they doing. I love you, they insist, but it's only love with lip service. You see, we talk how we love this nation, but no support from the opposition. It's only talk. It's only talk. You see, we talk how we here to serve people, but party politics making people struggle. It's only talk. It's one set of talk. When would we realize that the talk can mean nothing until we get up and do something? We doing the country an injustice with all this set of lip service. Oh boy, it's only talk, 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 talk. It's only talk. We love to talk, we talk, we talk, and we don't walk the walk because it's only talk. I want we stop now. I want we stop now. All these set are talking without doing nothing. So if you claim that you love this country, then love through action. That we don't see that now. I want you start now. Come let return this love into action. Make a meaningful contribution and start to walk the walk and not just talk the talk. Let we stand for Trinidad and Tobago and shape a brighter tomorrow. Let's all make the shift from only giving this country lip service. So no more talk to bring we sportsmen down. Let us lift them up and carry them on. No more talk. No more talk. No more talk. Show that you love this land. Support Kaiso, Steve and Shotney Parang. No more talk. No more talk. It's time we realize that the talk can mean nothing. Come, let us get up and do something. Let me give the country some justice and stop this set our lip service. No more talk. No more talk. No more talk. It's time we walk the walk and stop the set our talk. Yeah, for 𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗃. This set of talking not making sense. We have to walk the walk. Action speaks louder than words. We run there and say so. Ciao.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
You talk about a place where the people are carefree living. It is such a place of fun loving, spraying and petting. This the land where people don't care if Ash Wednesday fall on Good Friday. Man, they love to struggle in this happy-go-lucky way. It's Blokorama, Fetorama, and just now is Masorama. So the foreigner come for carnival, and he telling himself after he had a ball. Trinidad is nice, Trinidad is a paradise. It's the foreigner in La Trinity, the people have a carnival mentality. Trinidad is nice, Trinidad is a paradise. They are not serious, very few conscious, so I cannot agree. with my own chorus.
Trinidad is nice, Trinidad is a paradise.
But I hear some people talking about Revolution Day, changes on the way. They're born in a land, the better parts controlled by the alien. They fill the pockets of Portuguese, Chinese, and Syrians. Trinidadians is who should own land. Now is the time to make the land their possession, for their sense of taste could just trace to all them fancy showcase. So the businessman, he blow their mind, and his dollars, them got to find. Trinidad is nice for men like Sabda, Kapalani, Maraj, and 𝗪𝗶𝗃𝗃.
Trinidad is nice, Trinidad is a paradise.
Business expanding, more banks they building, so is the capitalists and them who should sing.
Trinidad is nice, Trinidad is a paradise.
And like the slave masters want to bring back the whip, and the chorus singing like they on a trip.
Trinidad is nice, Trinidad is a paradise.
But I hear my sister talking about Revolution Day, fire on the way. They don't know their worth, like they haven't a sense of value. They don't know their rights, even that they cannot argue. 750,000 people cannot get up and do something about the struggle, but to plan for the next holiday, to get their lives away, and forgetting that they own the soil of which their foreparents toil. For the people who form the constitution laws, for the oppressors and foreign investors.
Trinidad is nice, Trinidad is a paradise.
Amoko and Shell business did went swell, on your oil them foreign parasites dwell.
Trinidad is nice, Trinidad is a paradise.
Yet the song I sing, like if I hearing the chorus singing, God save the king.
Trinidad is nice, Trinidad is a paradise.
But I hear my brother talking about Revolution Day, fighting on the way.
Do not buy solar
Truer
panels
words
if you
were
live
never
in one of these
spoken.
11 states of America.
The less you
It's the
associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's in the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. And we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. And in no leisure, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome each and every one into the village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. Doesn't matter what planet you're from, if you're from Saturnus, Jupitanius, Marsaranius, Sunaranius, if your t-shirt is black, pink, blue, orange, gold, doesn't matter where you're from, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you in the village with the DAT Triplets, 95.9 FM. Let me say a special welcome. I'm getting a little feedback from someone.
You get a feedback from me? Let me mute my mic and you tell me.
Okay. All right. No feedback. No feedback there. No feedback.
Feedback?
Yeah, feedback. Yeah.
Okay, let me put my.
All right. So in the meanwhile, let me bring in no other than Diana, Waveney, Stormy, the Storm, Greta, the Bajan, 𝗪𝗵𝗃𝗃, the motivational speaker, the orator, the poetess, Diana Waveney Benskin McDonald.
Good evening, listeners. You take your pill today, Anselm. I have a feeling you need your pill here.
Nah, I run out of pills.
All right. Well, let me send a text to Mrs. LeBon.
I have a shortage of pills. Send my virtual pill now. I could always do that virtual pill.
How are you?
Tommy fixing anything. Let me see if I can bring him back in.
Tommy going real soft, boy. Tommy real soft, boy. What's going on there?
He fixing his mic. We was getting a little feedback. So here we go.
Oh, is it better now?
Here we go. That is it. You're inside. Watax. Correct is right.
Good evening, family.
Yeah, good.
Pleasant good evening to family, to each and every one, especially this WZYE, especially the DAT Triplets, including Gary.
Yeah, Gary's original DAT Triplets, of course.
Yeah, I call him the other day, Bossy Chops.
Yeah, he's our original. We ain't taking that away from him. No, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Indeed.
So all right. So there we go to the All the city president of Guyana is in Trinidad, right?
Oh,
Why are you so worried, Waveney?
Let me leave that alone.
What I mean, it's a good visit, but I never see a real ceremonial. I don't remember seeing that type of visit for as a ceremonial. It looked like he had a private jet.
No, their things are different to ours. Their president is a president.
No, yeah, I know that. He's actually a president. You know, but I mean, it was very ceremonial, man. Very, very much. If I was that fella, I would have feel like if I was a big president in one of them, you know, countries with like a 10 million population or something. Because it was really good.
No, but guess what? He is a big president because when they look at the wealth of Guyana is amassing, he's going to be up there with the big guns soon.
Yeah, correct is right. Yeah, boy. So let me quickly get to the chat here.
A myriad of topics, Zaid. A myriad. We have a lovely young entrepreneur guy coming up in a little while. A myriad of topics hanging there.
Let me get this here and play this here. Let me play this here, right? Let me play this.
And come in the village first.
So you all know whenever we play something like that, something different happening in the village, eh? Something very different. So
yes,
Highly tonight decided that he can't take the licks no more from the females. he couldn't just take it no more. So Highly take it upon himself, right, to come in the village, not just first tonight, but first and second. So Highly, we give you that special round of applause, man. We just want
testosterone power.
Yeah. We want them to continue that behavior, you know. I mean, it doesn't last long, you know. But we want to say that Highly, you finally, boy, finally. And he asked, I hear you have grants for poor people funeral in Trinidad. That is true. Find out that one day. Highly, I don't know. Maybe some people in the chat will know. So Takesha was third and fourth. She says, good day, everyone. Good night, handsome. Fifth, she says, good night, Diana the Storm. She says, Diana the Storm, good night. Tommy, Takesha says, good night as well.
Good night, Keish. Good night,
everybody.
Right? Takesha says, Nadia, Lana. I ain't see Rose in a while, boy. Carice, Mauricia, Miss Coover, Joan Capiza, good night. Albert, Vonnie, Ellis, Rajvi, Ulrich, Haley, Troy, Chris, Tropics. Good night. Takesha says no hateful or negativity, just love in the village. Then of course, Nadia was inside. And Nadia asked how's everyone doing? Everyone is doing fantabulous and splendiferous. Nadia,
and marvelous.
And marvelous and splentastic.
We'll be stupendous.
Nadia says good night. Anselm, good night. Tommy
good night, Nad.
Tommy get what's that? Blue heart. I get red heart with a bow at the bottom. Diana Benskin get hearts too. Nadia send love to Takesha, Lana, Joan, Rose.
That's the only kind of love I get in virtual.
Well, I mean, that's better than none, you know.
Better than none at all.
Yeah. For you, that might be virtually the best kind of virtual love you could get.
I only get this virtual love. Oh boy.
At least it's safe.
Yeah, that's safe kind of virtual love. Yeah. I guess we could need half the show to announce all Diana names.
Leave me alone, Highly.
Highly, you reach, brother. You reach. Finally, you reach, man. You reach. You know, and every time you get a round of applause in the village, you know you reach. You know. So, folks, our first guest is already in the village. I mean, I don't think we're gonna waste any time.
No.
So let's bring our first guest in. Okay. Hello.
Put on your camera.
I think the camera is on, you know, but
Oh,
just
but it's slow. The internet is slow.
can you hear us, Cristiano?
The connection.
Yeah, the connection, yeah.
Connectivity.
It's frozen, it's frozen. Let me remove them and see if they could come
Hold
back.
on, see them come back in again.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me exit and call them and make a suggestion. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So yeah, folks, we have a young man, an 11-year-old young man that we're gonna talk about. He's an entrepreneur, doing some things in Trinidad and Tobago, and we're gonna talk to that young man. You know, so I mean, for me,
Yes, sir.
when I look at the things going on in Trinidad, I mean, sometimes I really doesn't know where to start. You know, I mean, we look at the scrap iron dealers, for example, right?
Mhm.
And you're asking yourself, you know, was a 6 months ban the best we could do? Right? Listen, we know there are illegal activities going on, right? But, you know, we have to take into consideration that if we give them a 6 month ban, what are some of the repercussions of that 6 months ban? You know,
Obviously,
go ahead.
obviously, the person who is the decision maker doesn't think that far down the road as to what the repercussions would be. Sad but true.
But Tommy, so let's take a quick look at this here, right?
Look, do not pass in Coxtonby right now. Try not to be in the Coxtonby area. Please. Please, for the safety. Roadblock. Do not pass in Coxtonby right now. Try not to be in the Coxtonby area. Please. Please, for the safety.
Now, Tommy and Diana, we talking about what happened with these scrap iron dealers, and you see, Kapisa, welcome. You see, before we get into it, let's see if we could get. Okay, here it is. Let me see if we can add them back in. Okay.
There you go.
Hello, welcome. How are you?
Okay,
Are
great.
you hearing us?
I'm
Are you
good.
hearing us?
I'm amazing. Yeah, I hear
I
you.
like that. I like that. I like that, man. This Cristiano McKenzie, right?
Yep, you got it.
Yeah. Cristiano, you know, you're the first person that I asked how they're doing, and they say they're doing amazing. You know, some people that just say are doing good, are okay. You doing what makes you doing amazing, Cristiano? What it is? Tell me.
Because I'm blessed.
Oh yes.
I can't argue that.
Can't argue with that.
Very good.
So Diana, you go ahead and introduce Cristiano.
Okay, listeners, this is Cristiano McKenzie. One of my followers shared his story with me. He's a little lad that he's into agriculture from an early age, and he's capturing a market niche that is very much needed these days because of the food and stuff, the issue with food. And I felt it necessary to bring in Mr. McKenzie because of the positive things he's doing. And, you know, they tend to paint our young Afro men negative all the time. So I want to show that our young Afro men are not all negative. And I want to present to you Mr. Cristiano McKenzie, a young agriculturist.
So Cristiano, by the way, is that next to you? Who is next to you? Who's the person on your right?
My mom. Hi.
Okay. Yeah, Mom.
Good
How are you
night.
doing?
Thank you so much for having us on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I said,
Now,
thank you so much for having us on the show.
yeah.
You're
I want
welcome.
to
You're
ask a
welcome.
question. When we hear Cristiano, I mean, I think if we take away the H, we
Yep.
know there's a gentleman by the name of Cristiano Ronaldo, a famous, football or soccer player, we want to call it. How did Cristiano get his name? Where did it come from? What was the origin of his name?
Well,
Come on.
exactly that. We are football fans. I don't know. We are football fans. We love football in the Caribbean and Trinidad and Tobago. And I am a CR7 fan from inception, and that is his name. His full name is Cristiano Ronaldo McKenzie.
No, that is excellent, because that means to say, you have big boots. You have to follow up in, you have big boots that you have to follow, and he's already doing it, at 11 years of age. So how did he get into agriculture? What started him to get into agriculture?
Well, Cristiano, how you started to get into agriculture? Well, before that, we see that a lot of the fruit prices started going up. So we started to make our own garden and plant the produce to give it away to the less fortunate and the elderly. So they don't need to buy the expensive foods that is in the grocery. Yeah. So what had happened is that COVID hit, and there were a lot of persons without food, and because of the recession, and there were a lot of persons who were, let's say, out of work, etc. So we decided to go the route of kind of giving back, and we started a community garden. So he, got involved, and he went from, just giving back and basically donating produce to saying that, what, I want to start my own business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So Cristiano, what was some of the first products when you started the business? What were some of the first products? What was your first sale in the business? What was it like? Do you remember what's the first thing you sold something?
I think it's the green season we sold, or the plants. I can't remember. I can't remember.
Oh, you can't remember? Okay. What is it? That means you're doing good, man. If you can't remember.
Yes. I think what it was it the plants itself? Cristiano? Yeah, the plants.
What type of plant was it? So tell us about the different type of crops that you have. What are the different type of crops that you normally grow?
We started with packroy, and cabbage and things. And after we say that we should get upgrade and get the other like the beets and the things. So we started buying the beets and planting the beets, taking all the seeds from the sweet pepper when
And how long? Go ahead.
And we started planting. I started planting tomato, and then we started to say how the corn, we really needed to plant the corn because we never really tried corn, so we started planting corn.
How much land is it you're planting at this time?
What you say?
How much land are you planting at this time? By the way, before we go, let me just go back real quickly. Cristiano, we also have with us, we have Diana, Diana, and we also have another gentleman by the name of Tommy with us. So it's three of us. I am Anselm, right? There's Diana, and then there's Tommy. So you may have questions from two other individuals. So go ahead, Tommy.
Yes, I was wondering how large of a garden it is you have. How much land you're planting? A couple of lots?
2 lots.
2 lots.
We're hoping for more.
Good.
All right. Yeah.
Very good.
So the 2 lots, was it donated land, or did you guys have the land, or how did you come up with the land in order to do the planting?
So you want me to answer that?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. So basically, initially, as we said, it was a community effort whereby we were giving back to the less fortunate. So we would have allotted some space from, of course, the neighborhood council. And we were basically teaching young kids how to grow their own food, etc. So that was the initial concept. Involved because I realized that Cristiano had this passion for agriculture and he was really picking up really, really fast. So as a result, from planting on that lot, it expanded into a seedling business. And Cristiano, you want to show them your product? Yeah, we have a basil plant. Yeah, and the seasoning. Okay. These are basically for you. Yes, we plant things like, he plants things like basil, and there's also we make seasoning. Like our kids' seasoning we make.
Wow.
Okay, holy seasoning up. Holy seasoning. Holy steady. What's the name of your seasoning?
What's the name of it? What is it called?
It's green seasoning.
Oh, wow.
Green army seasoning.
Send me a picture on WhatsApp, right? So we can post it on our...
And he says it's organic too. Organic?
Organic? Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something, Cristiano.
We make
Go ahead.
Say that again?
Yeah.
You said we make organic something?
Every product. I said every product in everything.
Oh, wow. That's a very nice flavor.
Yeah.
Organic gourmet blend green seasoning. Wow.
All right. I shall be getting some.
That's really excellent.
Yeah.
You know. So from the garden, you got into creating a seasoning as well, right? So Mom, from the gardening, you guys decided to.
And we also have 𝗪𝗶𝗃 too.
You also have what?
We also have 𝗪𝗶𝗃 fertilizer for the plants to grow more.
Oh, wow.
We also have 𝗪𝗶𝗃 products and 𝗪𝗶𝗃 fertilizer.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you are full.
So what he's explaining is that he also has a full. Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
He also has a line of organic fertilizers.
Wow, organic fertilizers. That's excellent. That's excellent. So he's a full true entrepreneur at 11 years of age.
How is the marketing taking place?
He was explaining that he has something called BioBoost, which is
Ansel, temporarily tell them they turn the camera off so the
if we have kids
tell them what?
See, turn the camera off so the interview could continue and then come back on at the end. Because they're more
well, in terms of what we do is more personal. I assist him in terms of personal, let's say direct marketing.
Okay.
All right. So what's happening, right? It's going in and out.
Yeah.
We want you to continue with so Diana's suggesting if you just turn the camera off for a minute and we could just
continue the interview. Yeah, and at the end we will come back on. So we can
continue the interview. If you turn the camera off so we could get better, you could get better reception.
Better reception.
Yeah, because we are the internet is going back and forth and we're not hearing you guys as well.
Yeah, so turn off your camera temporarily and see.
Just turn it off temporarily, just the camera.
And then we'll come back on in the end, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Now, are you hearing us now? Are you hearing us?
Mm.
Are
you hearing us? Oh, it's
Audio
really, it's really bad.
They may have muted the
It's
mic.
bad. It's really bad.
Yes, we are hearing.
Okay, all right. So we are hearing you guys much better now.
Yes, we're hearing. We're hearing.
Right. And we are hearing. So let's leave it like that for now. And then we'll come back. All
at
right?
the end of the interview.
Yeah, we come back at the end of the interview. So now it's yes, we're hearing you.
Yes.
So it's 100% Green Army certified. What? Oh, what exactly is that? Is that the name of the company?
Well, that is the name of the organization whereby we were giving back to the less fortunate and we were planting community gardens.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. But where does Cristiano see this whole thing headed? Where does he see it? What's the direction he wants to take it to? I mean, of course, with your guidance, where does he seriously want to, this entrepreneurship at 11 years of age, being an entrepreneur? Where does he want to take it? Or where do you would like to see him take it?
Okay, so I'll let Cristiano answer first and then I can respond accordingly. Well, I like to have lots of acres of land to plant on the acres of land.
Oh, wow. That's very interesting. So you should talk to who's that body? Minister of Agriculture? Who's the Minister of Agriculture? Who's the Minister of Agriculture now, boy? That's not Kazim Hussain, right? Kazim Hussain?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah, who's the Minister of Agriculture? I'm not sure whoever is, but I mean, at some point he may see this video, Cristiano, and let him know exactly what you want, Cristiano. Go ahead. Say you talking to the Minister of Agriculture now. What would you say to him? This is the opportunity.
I want an opportunity to plant over Trinidad and Tobago with and to
Are you there?
Yeah, that's the internet.
Yeah,
it's the internet.
Did you hear?
No, the internet went out. It's going in and out. Could you repeat it for him? Could you repeat it?
How about they call in the WhatsApp number? They can do that way too, better?
Yeah, but they can do that way too.
Yeah, because we really want to hear from him now that we've seen him.
So Dana, you tell them.
I'm going to send you a WhatsApp number and you can call in live on the show and it will be a little better because the internet is really messing up the interview. It's really slow, right? So I'm going to give you a number to call in. You can call in and you will come right in on the program. Okay?
Okay. All right.
All right.
So Diana, you handle that for me, please.
Yeah, you can log it.
Yes, that's a noble, a very noble.
Oh, absolutely, man, absolutely. I mean, at as young as this young man getting into gardening, you know what I mean? That is.
He's gonna need support though because
he's
gonna need equipment and personnel.
Yeah. That is.
If he gets that, he could go very far with this.
I mean, he's already farming. He ever seasoning.
I know, but we wanted it to grow exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? As opposed to, what as to you get a feel for what part of the country they're operating out of?
No, we didn't get to that as yet. Yeah, no, we didn't. Let me say welcome to Capiza. Albert Montano, welcome. Judy Descent, welcome. Miss Coover, you inside, welcome. Heidi said this young man with Minister of Agriculture, the boy intelligent too bad. He owns soil. Whoa. And I don't joke it away.
Yeah, he's thinking, he's giving the whole thing.
Yeah, the man already
thought.
The man already making a
Organics.
fertilizer, organic fertilizer.
I mean,
she's gonna call the studio direct.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. I like that. That's interesting. You know what I mean?
And organic is commendable because organic isn't easy. It is not easy to grow organic crops and be successful at it.
Yeah, Judy says farming is now the in thing. It's important who have food have control because man must eat to live.
To live, precisely.
Yeah, correct is right. You know,
and he knows, he has a plan. He knows what he wants. You know, and here's a positive young black youth, not in any crime, not in any gang, not in. Yeah, you understand? Not all of them. I was trying to tell a predecessor. Not all of them are interested in that sort of life. And I believe, you remember back in the day, we had something called the 4-H Club. Anybody remember that?
Yes.
Yeah.
What the 4-H Club introduced to you?
I never was a member. I never was a member of it. Were you?
To conserve the environment, respect the environment, what to plant where, how to rotate crops. That's what I got from it. And when I went to Barbados and I was working, yes, I was employed, but the money was but so much. And I did a bit of kitchen gardening to supplement my regular income. I planted green chives, beans, lettuce, cabbage in the back, way in the back. But I rotate the crops, You pull the beans out, you put something else there. And so, they taught you this thing, but you had to be a registered farmer. And I would sell to the supermarkets and the hotels and people who made pudding and sauce on Saturday. I was their go-to person for their seasoning, the thyme and the chive. So, you can make a penny out of. I remember one crop of beans, I yielded about 700 and something pounds of beans.
That's
and but to reap them here was hell or hell, eh? I wore a midriff top and I got sunburn in my back. But that's another thing.
But you enjoyed the profit, didn't you?
Hi, how are you doing?
Yeah, I did.
We can't. It's another volume. We can barely.
Okay, we're not hearing them, Anselm.
Yeah, you hearing them, right?
Turn up the volume.
Turn up the volume.
Hold on. 1 minute. Let me see if I can turn up this volume here. Hold on. Okay, let me see. No, not that one. Okay, I'm turning this up as loud as I can. All right. So go ahead and see. Are you hearing me? All right, Tommy, you guys hearing them?
No.
Barely.
Okay.
I don't know you did.
I'll turn up my volume here.
See if you guys can turn up your volume. Because I have my volume all the way up. No, not you guys. I'm talking about the guys here in the studio. Tommy, can you turn up your volume?
Yeah, my volume is
all the way up.
All the way up now.
And I'm hearing them. And my volume is all the way up.
Anybody in the chat hearing the people on the phone? It's something with your connectivity.
Are they talking now, Anselm?
Are you hearing them on the phone?
Are they talking now, Anselm?
No, they're not talking now.
Cristiano, can you hear us?
No, they don't seem to be hearing you. They're only hearing me.
Okay.
And let me see what I can do here.
Didn't the guy fix that the other day?
No, it ain't got nothing to do with that. Let me think.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, so you know what? we will just have to continue because somehow Diana and Tommy are hearing it very low, and
call back, click on the link again and see. I don't know.
Okay,
the internet.
Let me do this. Let me try calling you guys back. I'll call you guys back. Let me try calling you guys back.
Yeah, see that.
Yeah, you see, I just let me see if I could call them back. Because they're coming in regular through the because we're doing it.
Okay, right back. My packet.
So let me do this. Let me play this and let me try it. Folks, we'll be right back. Let me just play this and then let me try to figure this out. We'll be right back.
Is Pharaoh still existing? As he before, resembling an Israelite, not being treated right, enslaved day and night. Oh, we just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We like the Israelites still in pain. We just can't. So send us another Moses again. We just can't go on this way. Oh, 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 oh. Lord, look around, you'll see the Pharaoh mentality ruling universally. Leaders promoting their ego, being a modern Pharaoh, tyrannies they manifest. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. Time to make them oppressors pay. We just can't go on this way. So we children could see their way. We just can't go on this way. Oh, 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 oh. No, 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 no. The poor have to slave night and day for next to nothing pay, so they can't see their way. We don't enjoy equal facility like Pharaoh and company. Brainwashing we say we free. We just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. Time to make them oppressors pay. We just can't go on this way. So the children could see their way. We just can't go on this way. Oh, 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 oh.
so much life.
We just never on this way.
Not even thinking that we would realize. And if we criticize, we could be ostracized. We don't know who to trust. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer. Please listen to this prayer. That comes from before. That comes from before. Please, please.
No audio. Audio. Diana, can you hear me?
Testing. Testing. Are you hearing me?
That's better.
Hello?
Yes, indeed. Yes, are you hearing me?
That's better? Yeah,
Yep.
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, before there was
All
no
right,
audio.
all right.
Just about to write no audio and post it.
Okay. That's better.
Yes, indeed. It's clear.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
Diana, are you there?
No. What's going on with that? Oh, mic is muted.
Okay.
Hold on, tell me.
I'm telling you emergency.
Is Pharaoh still existed? As he before, resembling an Israelite, not being treated right, enslaved day and night. No, we just can't go this place. We just can't go this place. Please deliver us, We just can't go this way. We like the Israelites in this place.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
So we're gonna have to use this one here. You hearing me now, Tommy?
Claro.
Tommy, are you hearing me?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Very clear.
Yeah. I mean, something went wrong again, but it is what it is. All right. We're gonna leave it there for now. Let's try to see if we could get the young man back in. Diana, are you there? Or Diana, to go? Let me see if I could call them. Let me see if I could call them and put them in.
Give it a shot.
Okay. All right. So hold on. Let me do this. Let me play this music. I'll be right back.
I'm here.
Is Pharaoh still existing? I see the poor resembling an Israelite, not being treated right, enslaved day and night. Oh, we just can't go on this way. We just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. We just can't go on this way. We like the Israelites still in pain. We just can't go on this way. So send us another Moses again. We just can't go on this way. Oh, 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 oh. Lord, look around, you'll see the Pharaoh mentality ruling universe.
Back here. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
Anselm, she said they'll reschedule when they're somewhere with better reception. Yeah,
okay.
because you really want to continue, but it's really buffering really badly. Yeah, where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was somehow when the WhatsApp call came in, it normally takes real good, but somehow the call was lower than you guys' side, and they really
Yeah.
couldn't hear you guys as well.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so
So she sent me a message. She'll reschedule the interview at a different location. It's sad though, you know, in Trinidad, you just can't do a call. I mean, and it's not like they're located geographically deep somewhere. I mean,
I mean, you know, I hear you, but sometimes, you know, you think that we living in the 21st century, you know, and just to
they
make a
live
call.
in Trinidad and Tobago in the 12th century.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's just
But
probably
I think
oversubscription.
Huh?
It's probably
Yeah.
oversubscription.
You see what happens too is that. Go ahead, Tommy.
Maybe the bandwidth can't take the amount of subscribers that they have.
Tommy, that's exactly what I was gonna say. That's exactly what I was gonna say, in that the bandwidth, you know, they gotta take away from some people and give to some people. And if you don't have enough bandwidth, you know, and you want to do Zoom or something, you just can't do it.
But aren't they digitalizing the place? So
But you know what's sad is that you're paying premium dollar for service in Trinidad, because you roughly for internet you're paying probably more than we pay for internet here. When you really think about it, you pay more than we pay, because most, let's say, even with your phone, you get unlimited internet with your phone up here in the United States for $50 a month. That's average. Let's say average. $50 a month, you get an unlimited phone and internet,
Yep.
right?
Mm-hmm.
If you were to convert that to TT dollars, let's say you say 7 for 1, 7 fives, that's $350 for $350. I'm sure you're paying much more than that.
But Tommy and Dana, here's my question, right?
Mm.
We have had a pushback movement. We have had the union leaders marching up and down the place. We have had people marching. Why they don't march for little amenities to the people of the country? So everybody, it's for everybody. A march, it doesn't matter what side of the political divide you're on. This is for everybody in the country. How come we don't have that, man? Why we don't have that?
$300 a month for internet, and that ain't cable, yeah.
But why don't we have that?
I don't know, Hans. You had to ask your PNM people who run any place.
This has nothing to do with PNM though. This has to do with the people of the country. This is about the country. This has nothing to do with PNM or UNC or ILP or PDP. Absolutely nothing. At the end of the day, when your internet come in your house, it don't come in a red t-shirt or a yellow t-shirt or a black t-shirt or a green t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It don't come in your house in a color t-shirt. This is absolutely nothing about party.
No.
You can't get, you want to get on the internet to do a little video. And you think buffering and all kind of thing in 2022?
You freezing now.
Somebody's teaching you a lesson, Ansel.
Yeah, but
you're freezing, Ansel.
Yeah, but at least the buffer comes back.
Pegasus sending you a message.
But let's be real. Let's be real. Certain services in Trinidad and Tobago should be a foregone conclusion. Think about it.
Then he said he wanted to develop a similar way. What was the name of that country? Is it Belarus?
Singapore.
No, not Singapore. It's a small country in the Middle Eastern bloc. Then is it Belarus or Slovenia? One of them. Yeah, he wants to mirror.
That's when Anisette was saying they was talking about they wanted to do something.
Yeah, to Trinidad and Tobago. He wants to mirror this country inside the old Soviet bloc, inside Eastern Europe. There, I can't remember the name. Is either Belarus or Slovenia, or one of them. I can't recall it correctly. But he wanted to. He always comparing Trinidad and Tobago society with that country. Huh?
No, I was saying how to Joan Carice. You know what, Ken John? I'm asking myself this question, right? That we really have to accept that when you have decided to support a party, it doesn't matter what that party is doing. You have to support them. You have to be loyal to your party.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever is happening in the country, good or bad, you have to continue to support your party and be loyal to your party.
Mm-hmm.
I am believing that that's just the way it is. And,
But isn't that what Kamala Prasad does say?
There's not much
country before party.
No, party before country.
Party before country. That's what she said. Isn't that what she said?
She said if you want to put country before party, go to hell.
So we pushing back and we marching for all kind of thing. We had march in Trinidad. When was the vaccine? We had march for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That cool down, right?
You still have internet problems. You still can't get a solid, good 24 internet, right? You still can't get water 24 hours a day. You understand? And it's like, you know, if you get water 2 days a week, you should be happy. And you know, it's like, you know.
So what you have big potholes to drive through. At least you still have something to drive through.
Yeah, what's the big deal? You know what I mean?
And your road network system is the pits. And but what is actually happening now in Trinidad and Tobago? I see they block the roads, the murder rate out of control. What else going on? I saw the COVID deaths start to look, you know, shaky again. At one point it was 1 or 0. Now I'm seeing 4 and 5. What is really going on, Axel?
It's worldwide that's going on. Just in other parts of the world, they're not highlighting it as before. But it's worldwide, the numbers have begun to climb again.
And then they're talking about they're finding polio and monkeypox and
I thought that virus was isolated. You know, that polio virus. Did it escape from somewhere or something?
Somebody who was here in the village before said, go ahead.
What's it gonna take for the people of Trinidad to unite for the betterment of services for the country? What's it gonna take? You hear what I said? For the people of the country to unite for the betterment of services for the country.
And you're talking about unite. You know what I feel? You see all them all them parties, some of them want to be third parties, and they all should unite. That's what I say.
United they fall, divided they could stand, because they don't have a leg to stand on if they're divided.
They all should unite, and that would be a formidable force for the two that are there now. But you usually have this little pocket here and this little pocket here, and this, nope, and you're splitting up people. Unite under one person, and that would be a formidable.
So listen to this.
Contractor Calco Limited will begin demolition of the Port of Spain General Hospital's old central block next week at a cost of $3.5 million. Construction of the new Port of Spain General Hospital campus began back in 2019, but according to Health Minister Terence 𝗪𝗪𝗪, a lot of work had to be done before they could target the old compromised structure.
Before we could level the old central block and start the physical works, for those of you who know the facility, the oxygen system that piped oxygen throughout the hospital was located just outside the old central block, or the northern face. So we had to move that. That took some time. But we are now on the cusp of hopefully beginning leveling works.
With work set to begin, acting CEO of the NWRHA, Anthony Blake, says the contractor will start by chipping away from the top and work his way down over a 12-week period. Measures have been put in place, he adds, to alleviate noise and dust pollution.
The leveling or construction activities will only take place from 1 p.m. during the day. That means that our clinical services will finish by at least lunchtime. Dust screen affected areas. So part of the dust mitigation strategies are to install dust screens along the external perimeters of the building.
And while the hospital continues to function 24/7 with normal accident and emergency services, there will be some adjustments.
We have adjusted the times in which the clinics start. So that clinics are now starting at 6 a.m. for the morning clinics and 9 a.m. If we can do that, and you come and you're seeing in those periods of time, you're not changing any numbers or anything like that, it is hoped that by 11 a.m. you would have been seen and you have 2 hours in which to get your prescriptions filled.
As for the continued construction of the new $1.2 billion 540 Port of Spain General Hospital Campus Tower, Minister Singh says its completion date is targeted for sometime in 2024. 𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗹𝗴𝗲, TV6 News.
But wait
So
now,
what says you? Eileen,
but wait
you
now.
already say, Eileen says, go ahead.
Did the
Eileen says, Mama guy talk from the PNM as always.
but wait, are these student nurses complaining that they're not getting paid? Somebody help me now.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I saw a video and a thing where the student nurses, the ones in training, are not getting paid. They're not getting compensated, and they have to get themselves to and from the training and feed themselves and books and all that. But you find money to go and break down more hospital. I don't know. It's demoralizing these young people. They need their funds to get to and from school. And some is gone. You hearing me, Tommy?
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is whether or not the building gives the service.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the service itself is what is in question when we talk about healthcare in Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
It is the service that is deplorable, and we must face it. Yeah, there are some things that they do okay, but for the most part, the service is deplorable.
But how could you have people, and apparently it's for months. I think I sent you that story to Anselm. It's for months that they have not been compensated for the training that they're doing. How do you have people? They have to get. I have a little niece who is a nurse, and I know what she went through. She had to get here and go there and different clinics and whatnot.
Okay, so you build these buildings, and are you going to equip them with the right equipment? Are you going to put the right implements in there to help give the best care? Are you going to make sure that there are things like drugs and other necessities that they need to have adequate health care? Are you, the politician, going to, when you need health care, go into that facility for care? Or are you going to go elsewhere? Are you going to go overseas? Are you going to go into a private institution? What is really going on?
They're going to go to Cuba.
Exactly. Exactly, because we know that you're going to spend all this money on a new edifice and still the quality of care is going to be questionable to the point where, listen, we want to think the best and think that the glass is half full instead of half empty. Yeah? But at the same time, we know what the record holds at this particular time. They have to improve the quality of care in order to convince people like me, and there are many others like me, that they're doing something that's sensible and worthwhile.
I am appalled that you have these young, and the majority women, they may have some men in there, these young women, they're not being compensated for the training. And how can you concentrate and learn well and absorb everything and do the best job you can when you have to be worried about how I get into work, somebody had to lend you $1 or whatever, and you're worried about your compensation. That is a demoralizing thing for anyone. You're doing a job, you should expect, but only find this money. You say, how much million is this answer?
Billion.
$1 billion.
1 point something billion.
Okay, what
I don't understand something. I don't understand something. Right? So we complain about how bad the old Port of Spain General Hospital is. Right? So they decide that they're going to replace the old hospital with a new hospital on 500 and something beds, right? Don't we think that's a good thing? It's not a good start. It's not a good start.
I think it's a good start, but you have to convince me, Anselm, that the system is being looked at and the implements and the instruments and equipment are a priority also. Now we have a new hospital in Couva.
But wait, let me who gave the contract to build the hospital first? I hope it's in the Chinese.
Well, I think it was a Chinese was supposed to previously build, and something happened. I mean, I don't have all the numbers, but Diana, you know for a fact that it's going to be a Chinese or somebody else.
You see,
we know that.
I don't know. Against the backdrop of Trinidad and Tobago trying to emerge out of this whole thing, you raise the food prices, the gasoline price, diesel prices. People getting sent home, and you're giving away jobs to non-nationals. Well, we can't fill all the jobs that we can fill as possible with the nationals. And then if you don't have the skill set, find it in the Caribbean first. If you can't find it, then you go outside. Why we can't think that way? Because the whole region was affected with this COVID thing.
Listen, I know everybody wants the best for our country. I do too. I just think the attitudes have to change and the focus has to also change, because who wants to build another hospital and still have those who are charged with giving care unable to do the best job that they can do?
Thank you.
So
When you go ahead.
The article. Here's the article. New central block started at Port of Spain General Hospital. A local contractor has begun demolition of the old central block of the Port of Spain General Hospital. We worked so far a month ahead of schedule. UDCOT chairman 𝗪𝗶𝗶𝗃 updated Newsday on Thursday. The firm replaced Shanghai Construction Group. Garcia said a new block will be completed and built and outfitted. Consisted of the old block's demolition and the erection of the shell of a new block. Then package 3 will include the construction of
somebody eating a food
fitting of the new building. Garcia said the look of the old block, such as roofing and walls, to be followed by the hard demolition of building frame. Previously, SCG quit partway through the project, complaining of US $9 million in extra freight costs due to global pandemic-linked supply chain woes, plus cost blames on pure bureaucratic delays by a project official. Garcia told News that he was not happy with the progress of the local firm. He was now happy with the progress of the local firm. A contract was awarded to Universal Steel to erect 13-story main block and 4-story ancillary building. All right, so it's Universal Steel.
Universal Steel is what, a U.S. company?
I don't know. I can look it up.
Okay.
And they said work is going on. I was there this morning. The contractor is slightly ahead of schedule. He said work on package 2 was a month ahead of next March due completion date. Today, the contractor is saying he's ahead of schedule. We are quite satisfied with what we have seen of the level of efficiency this local contractor is demonstrating and how quickly he's proceeding with the work.
Local, U.S.
Local. It's a local contractor.
Okay,
good.
I was there this morning speaking to the contractor. Demolition work have started, what we call the soft part of the demolition. All the roof material have been removed. The ceilings, the windows, and all fixed furniture have been removed. Elevator and equipment have also been removed. Garcia added, what we have is just the frame that is up. He said the frame was made of steel reinforced concrete, plus concrete floors. Garcia said the contractor should start demolition of the frame towards month end. He has given a time frame of 8 weeks to complete that aspect of the demolition. So we anticipate the demolition should be completed somewhere towards the middle or end of October. Garcia spelled out precautions undertaken.
Noel is a good man. Noel is a good man. I've worked with Noel before.
Right. So I want to say, right, that I think that the way how we look at things, we all look at things from a sort of a nefarious perspective, right? That there's always somebody getting paid off. It's Trinidad. It's Trinidad. There's always somebody get paid off, right? Some side deal going on. But at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, which one do we rather? Do we rather continue with the old hospital or get a new hospital? And then we have to deal with making sure we have the people with the required experience, the required equipment and everything in the hospital in order to do the job that they need to do.
I want to go. I want to go with a new hospital, but at the same time, I want to see the existing ones working efficiently.
And I want to see the women get compensated for their work.
No, the one that we have is not working efficient.
Anselm,
you're buffering.
Your internet buffering. Can you hear us? Anselm.
It's frozen. It's frozen badly. Yeah. I would rather to see things work. You're buffering bad.
We weren't hearing you. We weren't hearing you a while ago.
Yeah.
Are you talking?
Yeah. It's buffering sometimes.
Yeah. I would rather see things work, simultaneously and efficiently. You have training people, the hospital is built, you put them in there to train. I mean, they become acclimatized and stuff in there, but everything just doesn't seem to work cohesively, it's, and watch, if this hospital, according to what I've heard on this show thus far, if this hospital is started by this administration and you get a new administration, they gonna want to go on, no, we ain't finishing that. We ain't doing that. Because they feel giving the to finish it is credit to the other party. And it's for the population.
Well, the estimated time for completion is 2024. Which still gives a little headroom for before election. The election bell is rung. So hopefully, since they started ahead of schedule, they will finish ahead of schedule. And when they finish, they would have enough time to commission it fully. Let's just hope for the best.
And that would be a massive trinket to wave in front of the people.
Well, guess what? If they get it right, they get it right. If they don't get it right, they will hear from the populace.
Confuse them.
Yeah, but I think we have gotten so how can I put it, boy? We have gotten so caught up in everything, that we look at everything from a nefarious perspective. That when you're doing something, you're doing it with something else in mind. You're not doing it for the betterment of the country, but you are doing it for the betterment.
We know that we know it's supposed to be for the betterment of the country, Anselm, and there's no problem with thinking positive, because positive thinking is the best way to go. However, we have to be mindful of the track record of not just yellow or red. It's just the way things get done as a whole in Trinidad and Tobago. For example, all right, Manning built a government campus building in San Fernando.
We need to wipe out the whole set of them.
Let me finish making this point. Manning built a government campus building in San Fernando, and he said, "Look, he's gonna cut all the rentals and put all the government services in one spot." As soon as he lost the election, there goes government campus. It promptly became, quote unquote, a teaching hospital, and the rentals continued for all the party financiers and stalwarts or whatever you want to call them. So nothing changed. The point I'm making is this, is that it doesn't matter who's in power. They just do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yep.
And not be concerned about the welfare of the John public who's paying their salary.
Nope.
As though we're working for them and they're not working for us.
Yep. And they're not transparent. They're doing things as they like, because I've heard many times the opposition have asked to, please explain XYZ, or there's no transparency. They do things in secrecy, and they don't come to the public and tell them XYZ. When they do come to the public, they're barking at them. We can't use that word, right, Answer?
But listen,
look,
you know something, right? They complained when the hype was being built, right?
Of course. And what was it?
When 𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗶 was being built, right?
And those turned out to be
right?
those turned out to be put to good use in times of great need.
Part of it is that we have to accept in Trinidad and Tobago that you have to build it, finish it, and make it work for Trinidadians to understand that it go work. Because prior to that, anytime you go try to build it, many Trinidadians will say, nah, that ain't go work. This ain't go do. This go happen and that go happen. Right? But there are quite a few times. For example, you know what I said? Why do we need another university in Trinidad and Tobago? We already are UWI. Remember that?
Yep.
Oh, God.
Right.
Don't forget that, right? They say we already are UWI. What we need a UTT for? Think about it. Right?
Yeah. Hey, look at it. Look, across the board, it's one prevailing attitude where they do each other, quote unquote, they call themselves doing each other wrong or doing each other dirty, but it's the population they're messing with, not each other. The two parties, they're still happy. The two set of politicians on either side.
But Tommy, for the life of me, I cannot understand why we complaining about a hospital being built. Listen, we know there's going to be corruption in it. We can't get away from that.
Why should there be corruption?
Because that's where the system is built.
Why are you accepting that then? I thought you wanted to. I thought you wanted to change.
I'm not accepting it. I want to accept the hospital for better healthcare.
So build, but build the hospital, fine. But what about those people you're training to go and work in the hospital? Why are they not being compensated now?
You know, I would say I trust that 𝗪𝗶𝗶𝗃 based on my.
You could always find something as why you shouldn't do it. You could always find a reason not to. Albert Montano says cost overrun is normal and acceptable. So we will get nothing done in the country. Nothing. We won't get anything done. Because
listen.
He was going to try to build UTT. Oh God, we already have all these professors in UWI. We need to go and hire more people. It will cause the country more money. I mean, at some point in time, we have to say, you know what? No, if you tell me the roundabout in 𝗪𝗶𝗃, tell me about the roundabout in 𝗪𝗶𝗃. That could stay till 2092, as far as I'm concerned.
You never know.
I would never know. Let's say 2092. But the hospital, I want people to have the opportunity to go into a modern day hospital in Trinidad and Tobago. And
I fully agree.
When they see how nice the hospital is, maybe the government themselves will say, you know what, folks, we have to make sure and pay these people so at least they can keep it nice, up to date. Let's pay them now, right, to work in this modern day.
My issue is the rollout of the opening date of the hospital. That is my issue. They're going to use that to bamboozle the people and leave them right with it.
Even
if they're doing the right thing, it doesn't matter.
2023, you go find something as to why they're bringing it that time.
Me? I never voted in Trinidad, so don't put me all the way back on Ireland.
No, I
I voted in Barbados and the United States. But you know, they're going to find, they're going to use.
When is a good time for them to finish it? When is a good time?
They're going to use that as a trinket to wave in front of the people. Look, see, we built all their new hospital. But to put that, let me finish answering. For them to go back and put a finger in the ink for the same thing, and then they start back with the nonsense. No water 2 days a week, roads need fixing. And the same hospital that they built, you may not even get to go in there. Or the services in there, everybody go want to run there now and leave out the other. It may become overrun with people. You don't know. You know, that's a trinket. Yes, it's needed, but my suspicion is when they're rolling it out, that's a trinket. They want to wave to get votes. Call it what they want.
Okay, well,
bad manners.
When is the right time?
Okay, we talk about right things and wrong things, right? There's no wrong way to do, or there's no right way to do a wrong thing. And I would want to think there's no wrong way to do the right thing. Or am I saying that right? Is it making any sense at all?
However, there's no right way to do it. There's no right way to do a wrong thing.
That's right.
That's what I would say.
And I would want that. What I want to say is this: a right thing is a right thing. If they're doing something that's good, we have to applaud it. We would have to applaud it as long as it's right.
And Tommy, and that's all I'm saying. We could always find something. I want to know from Diana. Diana, when is the right time for them to roll out the new hospital?
My thing is not the new hospital, Anselm. My thing is, I'm afraid. And when it's happening, we gonna listen, we gonna hear it in the speecher that they're gonna use it as a trinket to dangle in front of the people to garner votes. When it happening, you let me know.
I'm asking you a question. When is the right time in order for them to rule out the new hospital?
Anything. But I know they're going to, knowing them and their tricks, they're going to use it to dangle in front of the people to get votes. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the plan. I don't smell it already.
Well, look, Kamala had a hospital in Cuba to dangle in front of people to get votes. Did it work for her?
Yeah, remember they said that, oh, that hospital in COVID no good, and look, who want to end up using it? The same people that didn't want, let's say, it wasn't no good. Pandemic hit, when they're in power.
That's how that usually works.
See?
The same thing with the Hyatt. The same thing with the Hyatt and Napa and Sapa.
Yep. That is going to be a political pawn to get votes.
So everything can be a political pawn. Everything is a political pawn. Everything.
Yeah, well,
anything they do,
now, yeah.
Anything they do, when you in government, anything you do is for votes.
And how come they and my thing is, right, even here, everywhere, they only ramp up things close to an election. Things start to ramp up. I'm like, wow.
That must be worldwide when you really think about it.
Yeah, only close when they want the vote. And the ramp up, then you see, you are my representative.
Different from America.
I said worldwide. I said worldwide. Everywhere. There was a time when back in Tom Adams they say he went around with corned beef and biscuit. And Brian sing a song about it.
I just don't get it. I don't get. For me, I'm a stickler for certain things. Certain things, it's very important to me. When I talk about health, in Trinidad and Tobago, health is significantly important to me.
It's extremely important, and that's why I'm
if
saying.
If you want to play politics with health and the people get a hospital, we could go on its modern day play politics.
But all I'm simply saying is that I want to see what exists working, because when you hear every single day, you're hearing horror stories as to the fact that they work not, they do not work.
Yep. What you build a new hospital and the one that you have ain't working. The system ain't working. There's somebody, I don't know if they're in the chat. Their brother had to wait for 3 months, 3 years or 2 years, to get a cataract surgery. Now what's going on with that?
That was all.
And I have folks in Trinidad every time they talk about the hospital.
Diana again. But all right, Diana, what about if when 90% of the people go in the hospital, they get the cataract surgery and 10% don't get it?
I think it's the opposite way. Maybe the opposite way.
Thank you, Tommy. But those would be good numbers. But
unfortunately, it's the other way, Anselm.
For me, remember we had the former of health here. We have the former minister of health here, and he told us, he said, if 5% of the people had difficulties, those are the 5% will overtake the 95% that had positive experiences. That's what he was minister of health.
Yeah, but that's talk.
And he had no reason to lie because he was outside of government. That's talk?
But he
talking outside of government.
Yeah, but he wants to be back in there.
Listen, I know people who have difficulties when they go to the Port of Spain General Hospital, you know. I've known people, you know.
I don't want to see inside there at all.
I'm not saying that things in there is the best, you know. I'm not saying that at all, you know. Because I have people who had bad experiences going to the hospital.
And when you start to add up, you get many more bad experiences than good experiences. They're good experiences, but they're here and there and few and far in between. And I mean, I have a lot of family. I'm from a huge family, and
my most recent contact with healthcare provision in Trinidad and Tobago was in 2017, I believe. I was visiting, and I came down with a respiratory. I was, I don't know, people burning smoke, they're burning rubbish, and I became irritated. I was coughing, and I don't know. So anyway, I decided, let me go to the 𝗪𝗻𝗃 hospital. And I go in there. Obviously, I couldn't breathe because of the smoke and she took my vitals and told me something wrong with my heart. Had me frightened now. So I moved my date to come back up the road early, and I went straight to my PCP. And they do the EKG and whatever and put me on. Nothing wrong with my heart. Nothing's wrong with my heart.
In 2012, I had an experience to myself. I was in Trinidad, and that's why I hold the opinion I hold. And I don't even care to get into the details of what happened.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. Yeah, I said I took the paper that they gave me from there, and I went there. Okay, would put me on to do what I had to do here. They said, we checked. There's nothing wrong with your heart, ma'am. I was like, oh boy. You see what I'm saying?
All right. So Ellis says, right, I have to agree with Diana. Fix up the present hospital. Fix up our present hospital in Port of Spain. The kitchen in a mess. The refrigerator for bodies break down every week. You're getting bed sores in the hospital. Right? So why do you want to fix those things up? Fix the
why you want to fix them things? You need
you want to fix up that, how long the hospital there? You want to fix
care.
Up the hospital?
But once it's given care, it has to give good care. They should take pride in the level of care that they're given.
The building ain't giving you care, it's the people and the facilities.
And the equipment. The equipment
housing.
Is the people and the implements they have to work with.
But the equipment The equipment
So
outdated.
why not address that so that you get to give better care than you're currently giving?
So Tommy,
I mean,
you and Diana are saying, just replace all the equipment in the place, replace the beds and everything, and continue
Well,
along the way.
it wasn't the hospital leaking the other day? But during the height of the COVID, it was leaking one of them, some ward somewhere. I don't, you know.
Anselm, whether they want to put a healthcare facility in a private house or whatever, as long as they have the right implements and they have the equipment to give good care, that's what matters most.
And properly trained and compensated individuals. Because I don't feel good, them young girls ain't getting no money. That ain't good, that ain't good, DL saying no. You need to compensate them those nurses that are trained, that are training to come into the service. They need their money. They have, you know, they're nurses. And they have to wear certain uniforms, certain color stockings, certain shoes. Come on, Dr. DL saying these women are not worthy of a paycheck.
The building don't give the services. The caregivers give the service, and they need the right equipment and implements in order to do a good job.
That's right. The women, young girls.
Stop playing smart with foolishness. That's what they need to do. And that's what I got to say.
Now, do you guys know what year the Port Spring General Hospital was built?
1911? I don't know.
1855.
Oh, Lord, I was close.
Okay. So it's time for a new...
It's 1895. And what is the major institution under purview of the Northwestern Regional Health Authority?
Listen, there's no argument that there's need for an upgrade. All we are saying is that with what you have, do the best until you get what you need.
Tommy, and I agree with that, but I'm saying is that they got to get rid of the building. It's outdated.
No, there's no argument with that. No,
make it into a museum. Leave it there, make it into a museum or something. They need the spot in order to put the new one. So you got to get rid of it.
But
I mean, I don't see what's wrong with that. I really don't.
I'm not saying that they shouldn't upgrade or replace or whatever.
Hospital from 1855. But Ellis saying fix it up 1855.
Regardless, even if you have to replace it, I don't have a problem with that. All I'm simply saying is that we need a better level of health care across the country. And Port Spain is just one.
Tommy, I agree with that. But it also starts from the building. The building has to have the right equipment, the updated equipment. Everything has to be there.
I agree that you're going to need a new building, but I'm saying that with what they have and the examples that we have seen of the way they do things, we need them to change their attitude and change the way that they deliver care, they deliver service to the population. They're not doing a good job. They haven't done a good job. They haven't supplied the institutions with the necessary equipment that's needed, and they always, whatever they have is always broken down or some damn foolishness. When they buy new stuff, somebody's stealing it, and nobody knows who stole it, and one set of damn foolishness. It has to stop somewhere, sometime, some way. It has to stop.
So, Anselm, what did they do with the new Red House? Was it damaged in the coup, or they helped me? It was damaged in the coup or something?
It spent $500 million to renovate it.
Yeah, spend let me hear again.
$500 million to renovate it.
$500 million to renovate a Red House, right? Okay, it's an icon. It's national. So they didn't know, and the Red House, according to Google, was built in 1844. When was the hospital built?
1855.
Okay, so the hospital was built after, and Red House was built before. And what do they do in the Red House that is more important than sanitary and saving lives and stuff.
But Diana, those two things are two different things.
Yeah, because there's only one Red House in Diana. There are several hospitals.
I hear
Diana,
you.
If you're going to renovate the hospital, we're putting the patients on them.
I hear you, Anselm. But the Red House, what?
Anselm, there are other hospitals and other health institutions that you can share the load with, except that maybe they may be overcrowded. But then again, we had the one in Couva that was underutilized for so long, or not used at all for so long. It remained just closed up there for so long. I mean,
but don't they have a lot of... Oh God, I don't know. I'm confused. I mean, okay, yeah, I ain't knocking my country Red House, eh? But what goes on in the Red House? Only tell me now.
No, Diana, if you tell me they shouldn't have spent $500 million on the Red House and spent
you never heard that from me. You never heard that from me. I'm asking.
You heard from me. Nobody.
Yeah, you can ask. My back broad is a bitch on you.
If you had told me to take $250 million or that $500 million and spend it on a hospital or a hospital somewhere, I for that. I 100% for that.
But wait a minute,
as far as I concern, the Red House could have stayed just the way it is. Get them paint it over a nice bright red, right? Put some go buy 99-cent store and get some tiles. Put them tiles inside of it because they ain't gonna know the difference, right? Put some roof thing up in the roof and spend maybe a $5 million and it's good to go.
Anselm, what kind of 99 cents? What kind of 99 cents style? What kind of 99 cents style you want to put in there?
What's going on in the Red House that requires all that money, and you know the hospital needed fixing at the time. You know the hospital needed fixing.
I'm admitting $500 million is too much.
And then what's the other house that they fix up? Tell me again.
The president's house. Whitehall. The prime minister house. The prime minister house interviewed.
Also, all the elite people, wherever their house, those refurbished. But the suffering people are to go to the general hospital and it's in a dilapidated state. And you spend all this money to make your surroundings beautiful. But let them go and lay on the floor, wherever. Lay down in the hallway, let water fall on them. Yeah, we like it so. And when they're going to come now, close to the election, and say, see, we fixed the hospital for you. Anselm, come on. That's a Bajan, you know. You can't fool me so, eh? All right, good.
Fool me once. Nobody answers. Okay.
So Tommy, you and Diana agreeing with Ellis that they should have renovated the old Port of Spain General Hospital.
No, listen. If it's in a state of disrepair rather, that's the right word. If it's in a state of disrepair, then it has to be replaced. But if it's repairable, then you repair it. Obviously, Noel decided that it couldn't, and I trust Noel's judgment. And I like the fact that they put him to oversee the work, because you know you're going to get good work. At least I believe so.
I think this should bring back 𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃, yes? I think we should bring back 𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃, man.
Yeah, because all these places, you know, it aren't frequented by so many people. The hospitals should be, you know, up to par.
That's priority. That's one of the top priorities. I'm telling you all. Yep. That's one of the top priorities.
So Anselm, so 𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃 fix the Red House. Answer that one for me, man.
No, the fellow who get those fixed.
All right.
No, I agree with you on this. Ellis says they want to build money to thief. right? Because none of these politicians go in and seek treatment at that hospital, right?
That's the point I was making. That's the point I was making. But that, if you're gonna spend that kind of money on a,
go ahead, Tommy.
If you're gonna spend money on that kind of money on a facility, let it be something that's functional to the point where you would trust it to provide care for you. When you need care, you flying out of the country after you spent $1 billion on a new facility. Give me a break. And the reason why you would do that is because you yourself don't believe that the care is up to mark.
But Tommy, that's been the history in Trinidad and Tobago. Most of those people in Trinidad, most of the rich people in Trinidad and Tobago, very rarely, they may go to St. Clair, very rarely stay in Trinidad to get any major surgery.
And that's the point I'm making. That the people who they work for is the population, the people who voted them and put them in there to mind their business. And if the people who they work for can go there, they should be able to go there too. That's all I've got to say about that.
In the real world, that's the way it's supposed to be.
But they're not gonna go there.
Well, so let's make it a real place and a real world now, man. For once now. For once. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. That it could all be done to naught.
And what about, okay, you're gonna do the hospitals. What about the schools, the school system? They said they're digitalizing. Some of those schools are broken down, dilapidated, but you're gonna put all this money in a roundabout, and instead of putting it into the schools where the children go, those buildings are frequented, huh?
How you spell roundabout? POCKET?
DUCKET, docket.
Oh Lord.
Ansem, you approach the top of the hour. Are you frozen again?
At the end of the day, Trinidad and Tobago needs a whole
$2 billion will go missing.
No, the politicians we have in Trinidad not working for the country. They're not. They're not working for the country. But we continue to put them back in office 5 years after 5 years after 5 years. And they are not working for the betterment of the country.
And what about the road network? What about the system, the distribute water properly to harvest? Answer top of the hour.
Yes, indeed.
Is he frozen again?
Yeah, he's freezing. It's summer, Ansem. Wait till December to freeze.
Yeah, so folks, we're gonna go for a quick station identification. It's in the village with the DAT, Triplets, and WZYE 95.9.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to.
Listen to this.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We need to get serious, TNT, and stop this set of talk. Action speaks louder than words. Tina Day! How are we stop now? How are we stop now? All these set of motors, all these set of talkers, all who just say that they love up this country, but they love action. Boy, we don't see stop now. How are we stop now? We like to beat we chest, boast and brag. That's how we love Tobago and Trinidad. But we don't walk the walk, much less to talk the talk. I realize we are a nation of talkers. We're not a nation of doers. It's hard to admit, or we give this country its lip service. You see, we talk, or we want the crime to stop. Yet as a people together, we won't rise up. It's only talk. If we talk how too much our guns and tongue, but what reports the youth man we know have won. It's only talk. It's only talk. It's only talk. When will we realize that the talk can mean nothing until we get up and do something? We doing the country an injustice with all this set a lip service. You see, it's only talk. It's only talk. It's only talk. And we go walk the walk, cause boy, it's only talk. I want we stop now. I want we stop now. All the pretenders, all the impersonators. You say the red, white, black. Where is the love you said you have in your heart? How so quickly you ready to part? Boy, it's only lip, all it in this country is lip service. You see, we talk how we have respect for women, but this bitch and hole you're calling them is only talk. It's one set of talk. You see, we talk how you call yourself a man, but as I get vexed, ready to raise your hand. It's only talk. Oh yeah. It's only talk. When would we realize that the talk can mean nothing until we get up and do something? We doing the country an injustice with all this lip service. It's only talk. It's only talk. We only talking. And we I want we stop now. I want we stop now. All the jokers, all the mischief makers, all who does say they praying for this country but praying for hard times to keep strangling we. Stop now. I want we stop now. All who does walk about this country wearing a smile, but in their heart is bad mind all the while. Boy, them on a mission, only to spread bad vibration. And every time you see them boys, they talking, but nothing for this land they doing. I love you, they insist, but it's only love with lip service. You see, we talk how we love this nation, but no support from the opposition. It's only talk. It's only talk. You see, we talk how we here to serve people, but party politics making people struggle. It's only talk. It's one set of talk. When would we realize that the talk can mean nothing until we get up and do something? We doing the country an injustice with all this set of lip service. Oh boy, it's only talk. It's only talk. We love to talk, we talk. And we don't walk the walk because it's only talk. How are we stop now? How are we stop now? All these set are talking without doing nothing. So if you claim that you love this country, then love through action. That we don't see that now. How are you start now? Come and return this love into action. Make a meaningful contribution and start to walk the walk and not just talk the talk. Let we stand for Trinidad and Tobago and shape a brighter tomorrow. Let's all make the shift from only giving this country lip service. So no more talk to bring we sportsmen down. Let us lift them up and carry them on. No more talk. No more talk. No more talk. Show that you love this land. Support Kaiso, Steve and Chutney Parang. No more talk. No more talk. It's time we realize that the talk can mean nothing. Come, let us get up and do something. Let me give the country some justice and stop this set our lip service. No more talk. No more talk. No more talk. It's time we walk the walk and stop the center. Yeah, for AT&T. They start talking, not making sense. We have to walk the walk.
We have that fella should get Academy Award for that song. I think he actually won. Did he win the Calypso King with that song?
Don't have a clue.
Tell me, you remember?
But
no, this is the first time I'm hearing it.
Yeah, that was a big song.
Yeah,
first time I'm hearing it on the show.
I don't know if he won for that, but you know,
a big song. I mean, that fella hit that on the head. He hit it on the head. He hit it on the proverbial head, boy.
But talking about talk, you know, I'm just here thinking. The day I hear that they're gonna spend $1 billion to upgrade the beds and the equipment and all the essential tools needed in the hospital, I will be smiling from cheek to cheek forever. And we're talking about the
Tommy, if they build a new hospital, everything in there will be new. They ain't gonna build a new
I'm
hospital.
not disagreeing.
They go put up old beds in the hospital.
I'm not disagreeing with you, except that nothing remains new forever. You have to maintain, you have to upgrade.
No,
because
Tommy,
I'm sure if you...
that, Tommy, and I hear you, but at least I want to give it the opportunity to get a somewhat fresh start.
I have no problems with a fresh start. All I'm simply saying, and I'll continue to say, the existing institutions need maintenance, upgrades, and new implementations, new equipment, or equipment that they don't have at this particular time, because that is a problem. But first of all, we need to put together a system that will enable theft to be identified and the thieves to be prosecuted swiftly when they do, because
Tommy,
equipment seems to go missing in these institutions at will.
Tommy, you are so correct. But you see, Tommy, these things are easy fixes if whoever is in power want to implement these fixes. It is simple. If you have cameras all over the place, them who think they go get catch. If you leave 9 p.m. at night and everything was in place, and when you come 9 a.m. in the morning, something missing, we just go to the videotape.
That's right.
You know, someone was suggesting the other day that videotape is not admissible in Trinidad courts. That is so
I
foolish if that's it.
That's archaic. That's stonologist.
Not even stone, Jurassic. because everything now, everything is digitalized, and everybody has a phone in their hand, and if it's not admissible, so what would happen to George Floyd?
Well, guess what? Go ahead.
In Trinidad and Tobago, we are not historical people. Salvatore Building, for example, they mash that down like it is nothing. They mash it down like 𝗪𝗶𝗶𝗃 and just leave it. Leave the space there with a park and not whatever it is, a car park. Right? That is a historical building in Trinidad and Tobago. Right?
Right.
You wasn't supposed to get rid of that building. Right? Now, on the flip side, right, at least, only making me eat my words now. Because they didn't mash down the Red House, they renovated. Right? So they mashed down one on the other side and they fixed well, you know what it is? Somebody made a comment. I think they renovate the Salvatore. It would have been a lot of money. To renovate
but it's a historic building.
What they plan to do with the building in 𝗪𝗏? Mash it down or put up what they plan to do?
They're
mashing it down. Okay. So they have a track record of mashing down things.
So let me ask you something. Anselm, who was the owner of the Salvatore Building?
That it was the government, wasn't it?
You sure?
But it's them who mashed it down. Yeah, they own that.
Okay.
Let me see. Salvatore Building. They mashed that down. Yeah. But that track record, we mashed things down. Because, but listener, I will agree with you if you say they mash it down because they have to get money in order to do their business. Right? Because if you're going to renovation, there ain't no money in renovation unless it's the Red House. Right? So when a little building like that building up in 𝗪𝗏, where you going to renovate that for? Mash it down. Right? The Salvatore Building, that's too small. Mash it down. Right? The Red House now, oh, that's a different story.
That's a monument. That's a monument.
Yeah. And Judy, you're right. Salvatore Building was a landmark. You wasn't supposed to mash that down.
No.
But we use mash up as in Trinidad and Tobago. Mash up. We don't want to renovate now. We mash it up.
And everything falling down and they're jamming still.
Yeah, we mash up. Nothing historical. We want to get rid of all the Columbus statue of them. I don't know why these steel guys now. What do you call them?
Recyclers.
The scrap iron guys. I don't know why they go and steal all them Columbus statue of them and sell them in the scrap iron. They should thief all of them.
No, you encouraging.
Yeah, I encourage
crime. You encouraging criminal behavior.
No, it's not criminal behavior. Them is criminal. Them is criminal, Tony.
But they
want to Picton statue. Anybody ever Picton statue? Thief it.
But is there a right way to do a wrong thing?
No, right, not wrong.
It's not theirs. If it's not. Yeah, but there's a right way to do it.
What was the right way? Wait for the government till it come till 2092.
Anyway.
When I'm going to decide? Look. Right, Tommy, go and tell the scrap iron dealers now that they're protesting. You should tell the people in the bottom the same thing too when if they don't protest to get what they want.
No, I fully agree that the decision to shut down the scrap iron business for 6 months is total foolishness.
Yep.
I totally agree.
Foolishness. I listen to some people, boy. Boy, you have to be heartless, boy. You have to have no heart and compassion, boy. Listen, what them fellas doing and stealing them copper pipe and their pipe is wrong. It's wrong. And they should suffer the full brunt of the law.
Right, and there's a way to deal with it. Not to shut down the business.
Shut it down, man. Them fellas, them, I mean, you know, and for 6 months, boy, you leading them fellas and them to do stuff that they may not want to do.
I want to know how you just come up with an arbitrary number. 6 months, I'm gonna shut it down. What kind of stupid shit is that?
So, boy,
and there's no safety net in place that they can go and get some sort of support while the only means of employment is, I don't know, answer. I don't know.
It really makes you wonder
you see,
who. Say what you're saying, Ansel.
I could never go for that. Huh? What you say to me?
Terrible.
No, it's disheartening.
What we should preserve, we don't preserve. And what we shouldn't preserve, we don't preserve.
Precisely.
We're preserving all them slave master statues across the country. For what? Picton Road, Picton Street, Picton Hill, in both buildings and Picton Street too. All kind of Picton.
They're gonna replace.
Master.
They're gonna replace.
Only one team these statues in the 𝗪𝗶𝗏.
No, answer careful.
You inciting something that.
Awesome.
No, I want them thief all of them. Thief statue, one thief Christopher Columbus, thief Picton, thief Beetham, thief Solomon Ochoy, thief all of them, all these statues. Sell it in scrap iron. You know how much money that is? I plenty money.
Oh God.
Next thing they go have all kind of gate around them and guard. Who's the security guard company? What's the name of them again?
Amalgamated.
Amalgamated. Is that what it is?
Amalgamated.
Amalgamated go have security. Amalgamated go get plenty work from the government. Because all of them go be guarding the slave masters and them. Watch now. Them fellas dead and gone long time and they still have people guarding them. What?
Hey, and some they have a legacy, you know.
Yeah, Judy, we gotta do that. We gotta invite that guy. All you one thief, all of them. Thief Picton, thief Solomon Ochoy, teach Lydium, teach Beetham, teach Christopher Columbus, thief all of them. Every one of them.
And Slum, you have to be concerned about your safety, son.
What, to thief them? We ain't gonna thief them.
I think you gotta thief them thing yourself.
Me ain't gonna thief them. Them fellas.
And when they're in the process. When in the process of thieving, don't thief kitchen, okay, good.
Yeah.
No, leave kitchen and sparrow on them. Don't touch them.
Leave Winston Spree. Leave Winston Spree.
Yeah. Anyone, listen, I go get all the name for all you. I go get all the name for all them slave masters and them we have in Trinidad. They got statue of them. Oh, Woodford Square too. Thiefing too. Woodford, he going to. But you know much?
Oh, Lord.
Who going to?
Woodford Square. He's an ex-slave master. He going to.
Oh, gee.
You know much of them we have around Trinidad? Yeah, Charlotte. Don't have a Charlotte statue too. Charlotte going to. Duke. You have a Duke statue. He going to. Frederick Street. That's that. He going to.
Abercrombie.
That's the next one. What about Queen's Park? Queen's Park.
Well, that's the Queen of England. You want to teach she?
Yeah.
What about Alexander said they can't go in.
What can't go in the Savannah?
Some park that was commissioned. Continue. It was commissioned and they can't go in.
Fort George. That one going to. Whenever go up Fort George, make a camp and walk up Fort George. You know, we used to walk up Fort George. That one going to. All of them. This is 2022. And we have one set of slave master statue.
What they gotta steal from this is the cannons.
Oh yeah, we tiffin that too. But them used to use that. That's what them use.
Oh God.
Cannons going to what's that? It's cannons and slave master together.
Oh Lord. And Slim, you 𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗶𝗃 today big time.
You me 𝗪𝗶𝗃𝗃 because the government don't want to know about them.
Oh
Them still
Lord.
proud and all apart in Port of Spain, all kind of thing. Independence. What about independence? Who is that? That is a name too.
And they have Ajax Street, Alberto Street.
Alberto is
okay, who's
Independence? And Slim, Independence replace Marine.
Oh, let's be independence, right? Oh, have a Marine statue too?
No, it used to be Marine Square.
Yeah, you don't talk. Yes, you know, I was singing fete after fete after fete after fete. It's statue after statue after statue after statue.
Yep.
We changing the dynamics in Trinidad and Tobago. Any park name of that slave master never cannon in it, we Tiffany cannon with the slave master. Gone.
Oh Lord.
We making no joke. Judy, Flowers Park is one too. Where's Flowers Park? Flowers Park have a statue too.
What are you talking about? The Botanic Gardens?
Nah, I don't think there are no statue in there. Who that
I don't think so either.
Nah, there are no statue there.
Oh Lord.
We walking around Trinidad, yeah. We cleaning up the place, getting rid of all our slave masters. All of them.
Remnants of them.
Yeah, only remnants left there now. Correct is right. Only remnants.
Oh Lord.
Right? We cleaning it up. Right? And you know why we had it? People that buy concrete. The concrete with the statue on, we selling that too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. The concrete with the statue on, you know, statue that be on some kind of concrete. Right? And that concrete that be from 1918 something. Right?
Who buying that, boy?
Those days since 18 something, whatever it is. We selling that concrete too.
To whom?
Huh? You gotta export that. You gotta export that to some place in China or something. It might have a concrete manufacturer looking for old concrete. You know? Looking for historical concrete.
Buying historical concrete, buying.
Yeah, historical concrete. So Diana.
Yeah.
The Salvatore Building was eventually purchased by the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah. So the government of Trinidad and Tobago owned it. Salvatore Building, let me read it. The Salvatore Building, located at the corner of Independence Square and Frederick Street, was erected in 1961 by Williams and Williams Architect and Builders. It was owned by Salvatore Scott and Company, a company founded by Joseph Henry Salvatore. At the time of construction, it was the tallest building in the city. Mr. Salvatore was born in 1880 in France and educated at the College X in Provence near Marseille. He came to Trinidad in 1910 to liquidate some of his uncle's property's interests and remained to work in the cocoa business. In 1913, Mr. Salvatore acquired a dry goods concern, Wilson Sons and Company. He entered into partnership with Mr. C.W. Scott, formerly of Wilson Sons and Company, under the name Salvatore Scott and Company. On the death of Mr. Scott in 1919, Mr. Salvatore assumed full responsibility for the company. He formed a limited liability company in which he was the governing director. Salvatore Building housed a general store which occupied 3 stories. The store consisted of 15 distinct departments, which specialized in dry goods of all lines, including dresses, hats, cosmetic, jewelry, crockery, household goods, furnitures, and so on. Right? The building was then used to house several government ministries and agencies, including the Ministry of Petroleum and Mines, Management Development Center, Electrics and Boundaries Commission, and the General Post Office. These remained until the 1990s when the building was advertised for sale. It was eventually purchased by the government of Trinidad and Tobago. In April 2006, demolition of the building commenced. The present site is earmarked for a new development, which may include a plaza and parking facilities. A history of Salvatore Building.
Cipriani here? Cipriani is a born to me. Okay.
No. Only leave Cipriani alone, eh? Don't touch Cipriani. No, we ain't touching Cipriani. Cipriani is a Trini, man. Yeah. Ellis Tomon and make jail in Trinidad.
You make jail?
Well, yeah. Well, because I'm telling people go and keep the slave master statue. Thief it, we? Yeah, Judy, I gotta ask Philip Alexander where all them statues is. So I could send it to them scrap iron fellas and them, because the next 6 months they ain't making no money. Right?
Christopher Columbus, no money.
Yeah, we're taking Christopher Columbus. We should Google statues in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me Google slave master statues in Trinidad and Tobago.
They could move the Queen of England too. I ain't care to see she.
Where's her statue?
Slave master statue. Huh? In Trinidad and Tobago. But why is it taking so long for us to change all them names in Trinidad and Tobago? Huh?
And when they do change them, they're spelling the name wrong.
They're fixing that. They fixed that. They're fixing it.
Huh? They spell Rashorti name wrong. Shame on all this.
They fix it. They fix it.
They fix it?
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Wait. Look at this one. Wait up. This is
I Google it.
This is BBC. Slave owner Sir Thomas Picton portrait returned in bid to reframe pass. August 1st, 2022, BBC. A portrait of slave owner Sir Thomas Picton has been put back on display, albeit boxed up alongside new artwork and information that reframes his place in history. The portrait was removed from National Museum, Cardiff in November, following scrutiny of memorials to slave owners. The museum commissioned two artworks from Trinidadian artists to reframe. Hold on. Hello, caller, you're on WZYE 95.9 FM.
We're not hearing.
You on air?
You're not hearing them.
Yes. Huh?
We're not hearing them. Put it on speaker.
Good.
I don't know.
How are you?
Put them on speaker, Anselm. We're not hearing a thing.
How are you going to do that? Hold on.
Put them on speaker. Whatever.
Anything?
No.
Nope.
Like we used to do.
Hold on. Yeah, go ahead, you listening.
We're not hearing.
Where you calling from? Where you calling from? Okay, all have any slave master statues up there?
We're not hearing anything, Anselm.
Yeah, because I'll call you back. Yeah, okay. Yeah. We had to work on that thing again. But anyway, yeah, we was just looking at Sir Thomas Picton. I don't know why we have to jump through all these hoops for these guys? Why we had to jump through these hoops?
Yep.
And
Take
this
them
thing on
down.
BBC is Trinidadians doing it, you know. It's Trinidadians, you know.
Yep.
The museum commissioned 2 artwork from Trinidadian artists to reframe his legacy and give a voice to his victims. Young people also work with curators to provide additional texts. If it had not included the brutal treatment of people of Trinidad, including the torture of 14-year-old 𝗪𝗶𝗃𝗲𝗏, one of the new artworks, an installation called The Wound, is portrayed by a multidisciplinary artist, WZYE, who is from Trinidad and Tobago and has Nigerian heritage. 8 photographic portraits of Trinidadians bearing tattoos in a short film adorn the wall of a dark room. WZYE said she found Black Trinidadians who were willing for her to tattoo them by placing adverts in newspaper and putting up flyers on all streets in Trinidad named after Picton. I'm using tattooing to kind of bring people together to share this connected story, but also to create a space where we feel safe to have these conversations about things that are quite painful and that we might otherwise avoid talking about, she said. Her mother actually grew up on Picton Street. It is something that is very present in national consciousness. WZYE, who had traveled from Trinidad to see her installation at the museum, says she was struck by the size of Picton's portrait. It's massive. You can see the intention to make him grandiose and minimize some of the pain that he may have caused, she said. When asked what should happen to other portraits, statues and streets named after Picton and other slave owners, she said, no one answer, which applied to all. History is really a story that's been told by someone who had the power at that time, she said. It feels very important to do it like this. See? Time to get rid of Picton. Kick Picton to the curve.
To the curb.
Like
long time. And who was Wrightson? Who was Wrightson and Woodford? Wrightson and Woodford. What did he do? He was a slave owner too?
Woodford? Yeah, Woodford. All right, let me go for Woodford. All right, Woodford.
Woodford and Wrightson.
Wrightson Road.
Woodford.
Yeah. And I understand it was an Indian guy that developed Wrightson Road. It was a swampy area. Can't get his name called, but Gary had brought the story to us. And he, you know, masterminded and with all the technical drawings and knowledge available at that time. And he got Wrightson Road to the.
Here we go.
It was an Indian fellow that did that. Why the road ain't named after he? Huh? Yeah, right.
Look at that, Woodford Square.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's Woodford?
Yeah, Woodford Square.
The Queen great uncle. What?
Listen to this. Woodford Square, previously known as Brunswick Square, is the enclosed space that opened up across the street from the Red House, the edifice housing the government of Trinidad and Tobago. It was named after Sir Ralph Woodford, who was governor of the colony between 1813 and 1826. The square has been used by many anti-colonialists to mount campaigns against the colonial establishment. Many of the country's protest leaders first hoisted their banners in Woodford Square, including Tubal Uriah Butler, the labor leader, who in the 1930s became known as the King of Woodford Square. In 1955.
No, Butler was a Grenadian.
Huh?
Butler was a Grenadian.
With Bajan roots. Go and read your history.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see how many slaves he owned. Oh God.
And one of them probably was my great grandmother. Lord,
but you see what? Woodford.
Told me one of them was your great Tantan.
Whatever. Oh Lord.
Oh boy, they got streets named after them.
Streets named after them, boy.
And they have any 𝗪𝗶𝗃𝗃 Avenue anyway?
No.
They got streets named after me here in New Jersey.
They have any street named 𝗪𝗶𝗃𝗃 anywhere in Trinidad?
You know, I'm not sure, you know.
They have it. What was that famous pianist, female Hazel something? They got any street name after her? Yeah? They finally give Penny Commission a street. All it good, yes?
𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗃.
You be alright, the pianist, yep. Is there any street named after her? No. We have Picton Street. Yeah. So the little black youths can say, well, who was 𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗃? Well, she was a famous pianist. Right? No, nobody. Nah. We don't want that. You don't want to motivate these. I tell you, I got into trouble because I got tired of here. I went to my high school teacher for history. I said, Rev, you mean to say nobody looking like me do nothing good in history? That all we do, all we were was slaves to pick cotton and cut cane? Nobody like looking like me did nothing good. Nobody did nothing good, that invented nothing. I wasn't taught that. And when Bob Marley sang brainwash education to make us a fool. But I always questioned the establishment. Even when I arrived here in the United States, I went to college and they start with their nonsense. I said, and they were trying to put me down a certain academic road. And I demanded to take African history.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
They told us Cartridge, he made the cow jump over the moon.
Yeah.
The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon.
And wait now. 3 naked men out in a bathtub out in the sea, winking, blinking, and nod. Right. So I said to myself, what are these 3 naked men doing out in a bathtub? I asked the teacher just so. And I remember in high school, they talked about what? Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. I said, well, Snow White was a prostitute. She living in a house with 7 men. I get in trouble for that.
Twirly and twisty with 2 screws. Mr. Mike went to school on a bike.
Yeah, you know. So when you critically look at what they're telling you, you know, I was like, if I go and live in a house with 7 men, all they gonna call me a hooker. So who she is? Snow White. Come on, you know. So I get into trouble. I tell you, I always got into trouble. And I said, what 3 naked men doing out in a bathtub in the middle of the sea? Diana, it's a what? It's a nursery rhyme. I said, well, I want to know what 3 naked men doing in a bathtub in the sea.
You ever see a pig? You ever see a pig dancing a jig for a fig?
And they're telling you these things, and you singing them. I said, but wait, what is I really singing? You know, and nobody is singing that. Nothing colloquial or local, you know, about the rooster and the breadfruit tree and, you know, winking, blinking, and nod. Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, Cinderella. Yeah, is it Cinderella? Black Ella? She was the maid, the bad, you know, treated her badly. You had to really read into these Hans Christian Andersen things, you know, and dissect them, you know. Huh? You really have to, boy. You'll be walking around with, huh?
When you read about Woodford, let me just read something here. Woodford was stopped.
I am not freaky. I just analyze what I was told. Good.
Yeah, let me see this. Woodford was stopped. However, he could put social pressure on the free blacks. He tried to prevent marriages between them and whites. He never addressed black people respectively as Monsieur or Madam. He prevented their advancement wherever he could. This style was adopted only too quickly by the whites. It was from this point that the easy, familiar modus operandi, which I discussed previously, between 2 of the elites on the island began to go downhill. Under this pressure, free black people found themselves sitting in the back of the church with the slaves, even on the coastal boat. The last straw came when a law was passed in 1822 that would make it possible for a free black person to be flogged for a minor offense on the word of a city magistrate, who was usually a white slave owner. It was at that stage that one of their own emerged to challenge the other side of Woodford. His name was 𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗃𝗃𝗃. Woodford gotta go. You gotta go. gotta go. Hey, we gotta get this scrap. Yeah. You gotta go. We gotta get this scrap island.
Look for Wrightson. Look for Wrightson.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for Wrightson. We gotta get this scrap island. The president of this scrap island in here. Make some suggestion there. Gotta give him some suggestion because they had to live, you know. They had to live too. They had to survive. You know what I mean?
Anyway, right. Mr. Anselm, you will deal with the consequences.
Wrightson Road, WZYE, WZYGHSON.
WZYGHTSON.
TSON. Okay. Wrightson Road, name after. Name. We getting some history lessons tonight.
Judy says seven guys is a beautiful experience. Oh no.
She knows about that, hey?
7?
Judy, yeah. You bad. Judy, go in the corner and sit down.
Her name is Decent. I thought she was decent.
Yeah.
Hey. Wrightson Road.
I expect Woodford to be a wood.
Wrightson. Who he was now?
Okay. Wrightson Road in Port of Spain is named after English engineer Willis Wrightson, a racist who held that non-whites ought not to vote or govern the country. He gone too. Gone. Time to get rid of Wrightson Road. Our next one. It's about Wrightson statue anyway in Trinidad. Take that one too. That one gone too.
Just a road.
Wrightson Road statue is gone. Our next one.
Just the road. We need to rename the road Kitchener Road.
Yeah, the road gone too. All the thief that road sign. Thief the sign. Anyway, that Wrightson Road sign, or the one thief it.
Pembroke. Who is Pembroke?
Pembroke. Let me look for Pembroke.
Governor.
What is Pembroke Road?
Pembroke Street.
PMBROK.
Let me look for Pembroke too. Pembroke Street.
Judy said, don't move the 7 dwarfs, please.
Oh God. Pembroke Street.
What did I start?
Judy, we thought you were decent. But you're decent instead of decent. All right, Judy.
Yeah, what?
Hold up, Pembroke Street ain't coming up.
Yeah, I saw the monument on 𝗪𝗹𝗃 Road. I see that Creed, yes. But he need a street. And what was the guy who did Mastana Bahar? What was his name? Dale Hanuman Singh? Why he don't have no street neither?
Anselm, when he say take the Statue of Liberty while you're at it.
George Street.
Hey, when you want me get in trouble, you want to leave that statue right there. I said America. Them police them have videotape straight on that camera. You know? Before I even get to that place, them police are them ready. I didn't get to that place.
How come Spree Simon have a street here?
Yeah, I think Spree Simon have a street. I ain't seen that.
I know you have a statue in Sando.
You have a statue in Sando? He should have a thing there right by the Laventil area coming out. It should be there. Where everybody could see him. Big and bold.
Yeah, the top of Zipero Street where it meets the Coffee Street.
And who's Coffee? There's another one too. Who's Coffee?
All of that we need to know. Well, coffee is because it's the drink.
The drink is not nobody named Coffee.
No.
Okay. I only hope so. Pembroke, what Pembroke do?
I ain't seen none for Pembroke, but like Pembroke away.
Diana start trouble, yes. Oh Lord.
Pembroke Street.
Piccadilly. That's some Piccadilly Street.
Yeah. Let me try that one. Piccadilly Street.
Piccadilly.
Yeah. Here we go. Piccadilly Street, Trinidad.
Piccadilly was a governor something, right?
Here we go. All right, let me see.
He got to go too?
No, we're doing some history now. We're getting rid of them tonight, folks. Piccadilly Street. Carnival became a French celebration. So
You got who Piccadilly Street name after?
yeah. Hold on. Yeah, but Piccadilly has something to do with the Camberley, you know, the Piccadilly. It had something to do with Camberley and during slavery. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It has something to do with Camberley. Yeah. All right.
Camberley.
Piccadilly could stay. Yeah. Piccadilly.
All right. What about Tragarit? Tragarit Road.
Let me try that one. Tragarit Road. Hey, I went to school right off Tragarit Road, you know. Tragarit Road.
Oh, let's see who is it, Trinidad? And rename Beetham landfill to Anderson Estate. Oh no.
Ella says that.
Name it after who?
Anderson Estate.
I'm going to tell your wife to take away your laptop. You being bad and naughty now.
Yeah. Alice, what's that one, man?
Called Laventille, the Hills. The Hills.
Laventille. Who Laventille name after?
It's a French word meaning the vent.
Yeah.
Or they name after nobody? Okay.
No.
We don't know that. So who Tragarit now? Who was Tragarit? He was another slave owner.
Tragarit Road.
All these names. And we walk around and seeing them. And you know, that's how they indoctrinate you. And they probably laugh at we, eh? And then, you know, till we wake up and we smell the coffee. And say, nah. When they tell me want to recite nursery rhyme, I said, nope, I'm not reciting any nursery rhyme. I will sing the national anthem first. I'm not reciting no Little Miss Mary. Little Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. I'm not reciting that. Give me something from the West. Yeah.
That's the Chumakak to Wall Street Macaque Towers.
Macaque Towers.
Wall Street Macaque Towers.
Macaque is a monkey. Macaque is a monkey. It's true monkey bamba. Yeah. True macaque, monkey. Macaque.
So you come from true monkey bamba? Wait, what's the correct? Where's the name 𝗪𝗬𝗃? Where did the name 𝗪𝗃 come from?
Good night, Curry.
You know, we had to look all of that.
Yeah.
I ain't finding nothing for Tragarit now.
They probably have it hidden.
Yeah, we had to do all your listen. We want to do all them street names and see that. Yeah. Just we want to do all them street names and I'm in Trinidad and Tobago. All them street names. You understand? Frederick Street, Charlotte Street, Pembroke Street. We already get Ricing Road. We good with that. We know Beetham. We know Solomon Orchard. We know Woodford. We know Picton. Right? What else we know? We had another one we figured out. Woodford Square.
Piccadilly, Picton, Woodford.
No, Piccadilly is good. Piccadilly is good? Yeah.
Okay. We figured out Ricing.
Yeah, Ricing is our next one. He had to go too.
Yep, he gotta go. Anything you do in Ricing, take it down.
Yeah, Duke Street. Or look at T for all them sign.
Yeah, Duke, yeah, that sound like
Frederick Charlotte. What is the other one, boy? What's that one going on by the Dry River, boy? What's the name of that street? Nelson Street. What about Nelson Street? Let me see. Nelson
Lord
Street.
Nelson.
That's what we go look at. Nelson Street.
Lord Nelson.
Nah.
We could call him Lord Nelson. We could call him Nello.
Look, Chacon Street. Look at this one. Chacon Street was named after a Spanish governor.
It was Chacon Street in Sando too.
Wait.
And the Spaniards traded in slaves too, you know. Okay, good.
Well, listen to this. Listen to this one. Did you know when the Spanish governor, Don Pedro de la Moneda, moved to the town of Puerto de las Españoles, called Port de Espanj, or Port of Spain, in 1757, the village consisted only of 2 streets, Calle Principio, which is Nelson Street, and Calle de Infante, which is Duncan Street. There was a small population of Spanish, indigenous fishermen and farmers who lived in the area in wooden buildings and mud huts. By 1786, the fishing village had evolved from mud huts into wooden houses. The 11 streets at that time were as wide as they are today, paved with the limestone from Laventille Hills. With the arrival of the British in 1797, the colonial government renamed most of the streets after British royal and military figures. 2 examples are Calle de San Carlos, named after Charles II of Spain, was later changed to Frederick Street. There we go. Right? And Frederick, Prince of Wales, son of George III, and Calle de St. Louis was changed to Queen Street. Whoa. It was renamed in 2017 to Queen Janelle Commission Street, after Janelle Penny Commission, the first woman to win Miss Universe from Trinidad and Tobago. Sharkon Street, however, had a special meaning, since it's the only street that has never been changed. It was named after the last Spanish governor of Trinidad, Don Jose Maria Chacon, who diverted the course of the dry river from Chacon Street. It's also interesting to note that under the provision of Section 153 of the Port of Spain Corporation Ordinance, the Port of Spain Tongue Board 1907 to 1914, and the Port of Spain City Council 1914 to 1933 authorized the numbering of new premises and renumbering of old premises in the city. That meant that some streets will be named. Some example are Cambridge Street, the portion of St. Vincent after Park Street, was renamed a continuation of St. Vincent Street. Brunswick Square South is now known as Hall's Hart Street, and East Bank Place is known as Piccadilly Street today. What? Fun fact, the longest street in Port of Spain is Duke Street, and the shortest street is Harvey Street. Wow. Interesting.
And watch, back in the day, they have me writing University of Oxford and Cambridge, GCE.
Yep. Wow, that's interesting. That was interesting. The National Archives of Trinidad and Tobago. I have to go there.
And what? Where's the capital of Trinidad and Tobago? Port of Spain.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah. So they got the colonial clause in here. Years, all in the 2000s.
Yep. So we could call these people, I'll call these people the final, send them a message. National Archives of Trinidad and Tobago. That was interesting. That's very interesting.
Yep, Port of Spain.
We still got our slave master's name.
And Spain traded, the Spaniards were known to trade in slaves. But we got our capital city named Port of Spain. We like that, we like it so.
And party come, party go, none of them do nothing about it. Everybody keep it the same, status quo. You like it so. So folks, we had a little digression. How did we get on this?
Oh, they don't blame me, huh? They like to blame me for everything.
Scrap iron dealers, yeah. Oh God, told me you're right. We start with the scrap iron dealers.
Scrap iron. We were talking about the fact that for 6 months they're gonna eat suck salt.
Yeah. Or somebody just came on. Ecrete says, Ecrete welcome. 𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗹𝗴, named after first people Amerindians. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, George Street. Yeah, Randy, George Street. We had to figure that one out too.
Nelson Street.
Ellis, I think Crown Trace is our local name. I don't think.
Crown Trace is where in Aruca?
No, Crown Trace is in Ellis is from Krong Street, is Ellis where Krong Street is? Isn't it Shoguanas?
There were Krong Street. In
Las Cuevas.
Ellis.
That Krong Street in many different parts, come to think about it.
Wait now, there are no Balize Street in Trinidad. Ever Balize Street? I don't know what Ellis talking about now. Let's look. Oh, Judy says she live on Chacon Street, boy. So Judy, you could speak Spanish then. No se habla español. ¿Cómo te llamo?
Judy says that first name was La Trinity.
Yeah, you got dig into all them streets in Trinidad and popular streets.
No. Oh, and some Enterprise. Yeah, I get it wrong. Yeah, no, seriously, you know. We had to figure out all them streets, and we had to put all them streets in perspective, really and truly.
Yeah.
All of them. George Street. And if all have any slave master streets in all your area, all put it up. Send it to me. Send it to the WhatsApp number. We had to get all them streets, George Street. Well, we already settled some of them, so we don't need to do some of them again.
They have any Atto Bolden Street in Trinidad?
No, that Atto Bolden Stadium.
Why don't change rights into Atto Bolden?
You know.
I don't.
Anyway, I just thinking something. Then Sister Camigo say, "You're naming some of these streets with the slave master name."
Yeah. And we like it so that we grew up and nobody educate us, that kind of way. All we know is street name Chacon Street and Wrightson Road, and nobody can tell us that.
But as I say that, all you know, when you say from Boot Hill, real cowboy town,
Boot Hill.
Errol sang a song about Otto, right?
He did?
Yeah, he said Otto had a Otto tea party.
I remember that song. Atto tea party.
Yeah, Atto tea party. Yes, he had Atto ATOTEA party. Atto tea party.
Judy said have a Dasen Street in South. You're not moving my ancestor name. Let me dig up and find out Dasen next show and find out what they do.
Yeah, I go write that one down. Dasen.
But is that a famous school in 𝗪𝗶𝗃 called Descent High School?
Yeah.
DASCNT.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Rennie, not me, no. We talking about the fella Errol Fabian sing a song that Atto had a tea party. And plenty fellas was going to Atto tea party.
Oh, Lord.
So don't try to get me with that.
It wasn't plenty fellas. It was blinking, and nod was good.
If you hear the names the man calling it, if you hear the man names call.
Usually 7 Dwarfs was going there too.
You know what? We go to that one tonight. So
it was blinking, and nod. Them 3 fellas. Oh, them 3 naked fellas in the bathtub.
Yeah. So Nadia, Ellis, Rennie, Judy, Ken, if you're still there, if you're still there, put closing comments in the chat. Carice, I think Carice left already.
You say Rennie?
Yeah. Could you guys put closing comments in the chat? We're going to go for a quick station identification. I'll be right back after this. Stick and sit, don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Here back with you. It's In the Village with the DAT Triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. We're going to bring this up here. Hold on, give us 1 minute. Here we go. And when we come back, we're going to go out tonight with 𝗪𝗶𝗵𝗵𝗃, Atto Tea Party.
Oh, Lord.
So, Diana, please, Diana. Please, Diana. Diana Benskin, please. So,
anyway,
show me closing words.
Yes. Yes. Let me put on my glasses.
You put on your glasses to talk?
Yes. These are the words of Hunter S. Thompson. He says, freedom is something that dies unless it is used. And also, my last one is going to be, a happy life comes not with abuse, but in the in the mastering of hardship. No, let me say that again. A happy life comes not in the absence, but in the mastering of hardships. And that's by Helen Keller. Pleasant good night to each and everyone. It's been a pleasure being in the village here tonight. Look forward to the next session. Until then, be safe out there. And I still love you all. Good night, all.
Where then?
Well, I just wanted to spit one stanza of a poem I wrote a while ago, but it seems pertinent for tonight. Forged from the love of liberty has created a twin republic that is rich in diversity and proof of our colorful history that has shaped the current democracy. We must strive to bridge the divide and stand side by side. Show that we love our country. Show it with pride. To the leaders of the Twin Republic, it is time to bury the hatchet and cease the political behavior that is toxic. Remedy the ills that are plaguing our nation. Encourage the younger generation. They are looking up to you for inspiration and motivation. They are the future. Your agenda must present a positive picture that is brimming with opportunity and laced with equality. That's it from your global ambassador and poet, Diana Benskin, bidding you auf Wiedersehen, my people, until we meet again. Good night.
Thank you, Diana. So, folks, Martin Luther King says the ultimate tragedy is not the oppression and cruelty by bad people, but the silence over that by the good people. Secondly, he also said the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. From where I sit, this is it. The clock on the wall said that's all. I like to stay, but I got to go. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. And for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Okay, let me get to the closing comments here. Judy says, oh my God, Wall Street, I'm going to bed laughing. Tons of fun. Love the show with each everyone. Be safe till Saturday. God bless. Thank you, Judy.
And we won't trouble the dwarfs, Judy.
Rennie Mohammed said like is that. I'm going to read that. Oh God. Let me read it very carefully. Rennie Mohammed says, like is Atto Tea Party Kamala was talking about before country. Enjoy your tea, Wall Street. Randy Mama says we all want people to same son, peace and love to everyone.
Good night, Judy.
Thank you, Judy.
Hold up, guys. Many of you all have slave master names, so be careful what you all move.
I have my grandfather. I have my grandfather name, so I don't know.
Ellis says.
Oh God! All right.
Ellis says, my comment: if you want to grow, let them go. You can't reach the mountaintop with that extra weight. You don't need a company to start a company. It becomes a business, not people business.
Okay. All right, so folks, I want you all to listen to 𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗵𝗏.
Why you want me to listen? I gotta go into bed and sleep by myself now.
No, wait. The man talking about a party. Nadia says, let me read Nadia closing comments. Nadia says, Lord, we ask you to fill us with your presence tonight. Blessed night, everyone. Be safe. Thank you, Nadia.
Good night, Nadia.
I gotta listen to this song and then go in my bed and sleep by myself. Dying, right?
Yeah, Judy, a comedian, you know. Name the streets after the 7 dwarfs, please.
Oh boy. I wonder if she can name all 7 of them.
Sleepy, mopey, dopey, grumpy, hyper.
How many that is?
Who is the 7 dwarfs? I didn't even know it is. All the listeners, look, we go out to 𝗪𝗶𝗵𝗏 tonight. They'll listen to 𝗪𝗶𝗵𝗏.
I don't want to hear that song because I gotta sleep alone.
No, that song have nothing to do with that.
That's what you think. Perception is the optics, you know.
Yeah.
It's the optics.
On stage coming to entertain you. I don't know if you remember sometime last year, Trinidad and Tobago went on the map. We had a fellow who won the 200 meters, the fastest of the 200 meters in Greece. You know what I'm talking about? They say when you see you're doing one business, you just want to go into the next one. So he decided after running, it looked as though the man launches new tea. Not cocoa tea, not Lipton tea, not green tea, not bush tea. The name of the song, Atoll Tea Party. Would you please welcome on stage 𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗏𝗏. Good night, everybody. That wasn't everybody. All you. Oh, you know we're going to have your own brand of tea now? Yes! He launching a big tea party and I was there. So I'm going to tell all of the story. The Golden invited me to join him and sip some tea. I told him I in recovery. Caffeine is not for me. He tell me it's the own brand of tea and it's 100% caffeine free. So I pick up my good partner Bernie and head down to a tea party. A tea party. Oh, I bumped up Alvin Daniel in the fete. Man, he smiled with the whole face when he hear he could get tea on Calypso Showcase. And Wendell, he takes Judy and Allison a bet that he could get tea on Dateline set. You know, 2 robbers breaking the fete. tea was all they get. One of them, he started to smile. The next one started to sweat. Father called the security. They throw out the 2 robbers bodily. He said, now let us proceed orderly. Please don't mash up party. Tea party. Oh, yeah, man. I bumped up Paul Richards in the fete. He invite Ato to We Sunday. The boy tastes tea for the first time on that day. He said it was good. And here Chinese laundry put Ato in a corner to sit. Tea was hot and laundry was blowing it. He said, very nice. I miss my partner Bernie in the fete looking all over Bernadette. When I do find the girl, if you see people wrong, she here Bernie. There she
She say, I'm a little teapot, short and stout. This is my handle, here is my spout. When I get heated, hear me shout. Just tip me over and pour me out. She said, tip me over. Tip me and pour me out. She said, tip me over. Something happened in the party that really disturbed me. We boy Pandey and Ramesh was in a room with Ish. The two of them tell him they hyper. Ish tell them he have the answer. All you wouldn't believe I see. Ish give both of them a toti. Hey. Oh, oh, yo, yo, I, oh, yo, yo, oh, yo, huh? Oh, yo, Harold Fabian. It have some fellas treat me like boo. The boys down by 102. They take my song and just skim it, but they pushing no more limits. I talk to Tony, he real frightened. He afraid Rugby take away the license. But I know Tony, he ain't afraid jail. He love a toti more than Dale. Oh, oh, Harold Fabian. Hey, Harold. A message coming on my beeper. This one I have from Lisa. When I check it, it was Tommy. He want a complimentary. Like he hear about the party and he didn't want me to forget he. Well, friends, I now don't know what to do. Tommy Joseph love a toti too. Hey. Harold Fabian. Harold Fabian. They don't play my song on 96. Believe me, they up to tricks. Paul Richards and Chinese Laundry, they have me in a quandary. They cited my song's references, but I suspect it's sexual preferences. But they yet don't bother me at all. Laundry love a toti more than Paul. Oh, hey. Yeah, no, man. I couldn't believe my eyes when I see people in the party, and they were all very orderly, a long line standing up to go inside. And they were firm and direct. And toti is what they came to get. I see my boy sprang along with the big belly. He had a enamel cup for a toti. He was serious. I see Keith Smith and the whole of Untitled Rhythm section there. They performed, but they didn't take no money. All of them, they just wanted a toti. Each man of them wanted a toti. Terry Joseph was in the party. Pull out the pen and write on a toti. It was serious. And yeah, man, I bumped up the original, the first no there, but he was serving people. Hey. What's that? If I have caught clothes, if I have caught clothes, what they got now, man? If one person in this whole country have caught clothes, it's me. Oh, happy party, yeah. Happy party, happy party, oh, woo. Oh, boom!